Hello, welcome to Eloneth Tutorials. In this Android tutorial, I'll be teaching you, or we'll go through how to create a simple copy and paste application. This is the application. For example, we type in Friday and we click on this button to copy it, and we want to display this, we want to paste this text on this part. So we just click here and it is pasted. So let's see how it is created. Let's go to Android Studio. So you open your Android Studio and create a project. Alright, open your Android Studio, you go to File, we're creating a new project. Name this new project Camera Paste App. The company domain name is eloneth.com. You can use any domain name of your choice. Then click on Next. The minimum SDK. We can use KitKat. Just leave it. If you have this as a default, just leave it. Then you click on Next. Choose empty activity. Click on Next and leave this activity name as it is, this main activity, and click on Finish. When you're done, you get this your new project. If you have something like this, and if you can't find your design view, you just need to go to API 23. So let's start. Let's click on this tests to go to. We don't actually need this hello world, so we delete it. Let's see what we want to create. We need one test view, 2 edit tests, and 2 buttons. So how do we create this? Let's go. First so let's create the first test view. So you say test view, test view, wrap content. We create the tests, Android. A test, we call this, I'll call my Eloneth Tutorials. You create an ID for it. An ID. And I'll call this tests view. Let's set the layouts center horizontal. So that's layouts. Alright, so I have completed this test view. Let's view it on design. You can paste in this, copy this remaining code. So let's view the design. Now I have Eloneth Tutorials. So I have to create these 2 edit tests. For the sake of time, I will just copy and paste them. These are the 2 edit tests. Let's view. So we have them here. So you can pause the video and copy them and type them out. Like as you can see, we have layout, width, and height as a wrap content. This is the ID, margin top. We say it should be laid below this test view, and we have similar properties for the other editors. So now let's create let's create our two buttons. So I will also copy and paste the two buttons. Alright, so these are two buttons. Let's view it. Yeah, here we have the two buttons. So I'll walk you through slowly. Yeah, these are the XML file codes. We have a relative layout, and we have the package name, and we have the first test view. Then we have two edit tests. This is the first one, and this is the second one. And these are the two buttons. The name of the test of the first button is copy test, while the test of the second button is paste test. So this is what we have here: copy test and paste test. So now we we'll go to our main activity and start to do the main coding. Alright, let's declare two variables for our editors to hold our editors. So editors, the first, let's see, ed1 and ed2. Then let's do the same for button. Got the b1. We see first one is b1 and the second one is b2. And let's create. In order to do copy and paste in Android, there is a library called Clipboard Manager, which is responsible for copy and paste. And there is another class called Clip Data. We see how this is used. So let's first we want to declare the clipboard manager. Let's give the object name as clipboard, and let's make this one private also. Clip data is used for the copy and paste also. Now we will link our we want to link our editors. We gave them an ID. We want to link them to these variables that we created, the editors and also the buttons. So how do we do that? We just come here and we say ed1, which is this, and we say equals to edit test, and we say find view by ID, and we just say arrow ID dot. So for the first editors, let's go back and check. First editors, the ID is editors, so we say edits. Editors. We do the same for the next editors. Say ed2, editors, find view by ID, .id dot editors 2. Alright, so we do the same for button. We see b1 equals to, this time around, button. Alright, now we have our buttons also. Now we have to instantiate our Clipboard Manager. In order to instantiate a Clipboard Manager, So in order to use Clipboard Manager, we need to instantiate an object of Clipboard by calling get system service. So let's say my Clipboard goes to Clipboard Manager. And we pass in Clipboard service. Now we have to when they click B1 button, which is this button, we want whatever the user type in here to be copied. So let's see how this is done. So we say B1 dot set on click listener, new view, on click, we have to implement method. All right, so we say what we are saying here is that when this button is clicked, we should perform this following code. So what are the code? Let's declare a string first. A string, we call it test. Sorry. And let's get whatever the user enters. Let's say whatever the user enters will be stored in let's get it from whatever the user entered in the first edit test will be stored in ed1. So let's get that test that the user enters. So let's say ed1 dot get test and convert it to string. And there is this method that is used for the copying and paste. We use it for, since this data that the user will enter will be test, so we use this clip data class for the copying of the data. So but first, whatever the user enters, we get it and let's save it in a variable. Let's call this variable, this test, we call this, let's save it in this variable, this string variable called test that we've already created. So we see test. All right, so now we call this my clip. We are instantiating my clip class. And within this my clip class, there is a method called new plain test that is actually used for copying tests. So we are calling that method, and we are passing in this we're passing in what type of data do we want to pass in. We want to pass in test, and what is the name of this whatever the user will enter. We've already saved it in this variable, so let's put in that variable. All right, so Okay, so but we still need one more method to set these tests on the clipboard. What we do, we see my clip to set this test on this clipboard manager. We use its method, its object that we've already created, and we see my clipboard dot set primary clip, and we pass in this my clip. Alright, so we want to make a toast. So this toast will tell us whenever we copy the test, we have a toast to tell us that the test is properly copied. Alright, these lines of codes they've enabled us to copy the test now. So let's paste the test. In order for us to do that, we use B2 button, and we set on click listing now. Remember, the test is already saved in this clipboard manager. So let's get the test out. So we say my clipboard dot, there is a method called get primary clip. It's a method under this my clip manager that is used to get data from clipboard manager. So let's save it in a variable called the return type will be clip data. So let's save it. Let's save clip data, and I just name it ABC. So what this place is saying, that we get this data that is copied, that is already copied. We get it from clipboard manager through this method get primary clip, and we save it in this variable called ABC of clip data type. So alright, for the sake of time, I've typed in the remaining code, so I'll try to explain it. Here we say when the button is already, the test is already copied here and is saved in the clipboard manager. So here we say when button 2 is clicked, get the test from, use this method to get the test and save it in ABC variable. And there is this class clip data dot item class that is used to retrieve the data from my clipboard manager. So we say get item at 0. You get this test from this ABC and save it in clip data dot item, which is its variable. You save it here. So we get the test from this item, the test that we copied. We get it from here, and we'll convert it to string and save it in test. And again, we set this test in this edit test, and we make a toast to tell us that this process is successfully done. So now we're done with our application. Let's test it on our emulator. So when you want to start your emulator, my emulator is already running, so I'll just run my emulator. I'll run my project. Alright, so this is my project. So let me try something. Let me just say friend. Okay. I'll type friend, sorry. Alright, so I type in friend. When I copy, yeah, it tells me test copied, and then when I paste it, yeah, I find it here. So now we've successfully create this application. I hope you find this video useful. You can like it, share, and leave a comment. I hope to see you in the next video. Bye for now.